iFILM, London. iFILM, London.
Hello, Kugan Cassius here for iFILM London. With me, I've got Ray Hatton, father of Matthew Hatton. It's finally been announced, Ray. The match-anticipated opponent of Kell Brook is your son, Matthew Hatton. How difficult or easy was it to get this fight?
Well, obviously, the Eddie Earn and his dad Barry contacted us probably 8-9 months ago and wanting to put the fight on. At that time, we just all felt that the time wasn't right. Kell hadn't been as active as he could have been, whereas Matthew had. And we said let's delay it till this year, when both the fighters have been active and hopefully put in some wicked performances, but which they both had done. So it was quite easy to make when we actually sat down, because both Matthew and Kell wanted the fight, which makes life a little bit easier.
Matthew's been given an awful lot of credit for his performance against Canelo Alvarez. Was there another option other than Kell Brook, or was this always the way you were going to go, Ray, for Matthew?
No, Matthew was given the option to fight in South Africa for a world title that Hatton Promotions got him, and also we were approached for Matthew to fight a couple of opponents in America. But in fairness to Matthew, when we thought we could make this fight, you know, there was only one fight on his mind, and he just went for this one.
I read some comments that Matthew felt irritated by the fact that Kell Brook was regarded as the #1 welterweight. Is that the case? Was he, you know, a bit frustrated with that possibly Matthew's done more in his career than Kell Brook, who's only had half the fights that Matthew's had?
No, I don't think so. I think a lot of it is paper talk, but obviously Matthew did feel that he'd done a little bit more in his career. But no, there's no hard feelings there, because I think, as Matthew said today at the press conference, Kell's a fantastic talent and could possibly be one of the next superstars. So no, I just think that, you know, when you look at things like that, you start looking at league tables like we do in football, same in boxing. You start looking who's #1, who's #2. But no, I think it's come together perfect now to find out arguably who's going to be the best in this country.
Before Amir Khan's defeat to Lamont Peterson, Amir Khan made some comments saying that when he stepped to welterweight, that, you know, Matthew Hatton was a possible opponent for him as his first fight. How true is that? Could that still happen?
Obviously, Amir was going to start to welterweight, knowing who the fighters Matthew had fought in America, knowing that Matthew was known in America and certainly known by HBO, and HBO were very, very impressed with Matthew's last fight against Alvarez. So it was an ideal opponent to create an interest over here, and also it would also make waves over in America, because people do know Matthew Hatton in America. So I think it was possibly, if a big welterweight fight with Floyd Mayweather or anything like that came off, obviously Matthew was probably the name out there. It remains to be seen what happens with this fight, what happens. So maybe the winner of this fight, Amir might look at the winner of this fight, or if it's a close fight, he may take his pick from either Kell or Matthew, should the big fight that he's craving for not happen in the next few months.
This will be Matthew's 50th fight, professional fight. How many more fights do you think Matthew's still got left in him, Ray?
Well, he's quite good. He's quite fresh, Matthew, and he likes where he can to stay in the gym or keep ticking over. So. And I think Matthew's fights have been good because he's his exceptional defence. Matthew hasn't really taken any beatings in the ring, in sparring or in the ring. So we hope that can continue. So Matthew's probably got 3 or 4 years still in the game, because as you say, Matthew's 30, 31. He's, you know, at the way he is, he can carry on, if he wants to carry on, for 33 or 34 years of age, as long as he keeps himself in shape.
And would you say that Matthew was the hardest Kell Brook would have had to have faced by some distance up until now in Kell's career?
To be honest, on paper, I would imagine so, but obviously we'll have to wait and see on the night. That's it, you know. What were records on paper and what you've done against other opponents mean nothing. It's all what happens on the night. So we'll hopefully see.
All right, Ray, thank you very much for talking to iFILM London, and we'll catch up with you really soon.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
iFILM, London. iFILM, London. iFILM.